Hello. Welcome to Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 226. This is your host, Shaun Tudor.
And this is Sam. This is a talk episode where the tutors talk.
And Mimi is looking for a toy Sam just took from her.
And that's hiding behind me.
Yep. And she was sleeping a second ago. How redonk. Anyways, here she comes with a different toy. We should just let it chill.
Less noisy, though.
Maybe. Debatable.
Yeah.
All right. What you got going, Sam?
What do I got going? I got a new journal planner. I'm so excited about it. Should I show it? It's right there.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay.
This whole quieter toy, I don't know about all that shit.
Yeah. She's in the other room at least. So, if you know me at all, I have a million notebooks. Planners, notebooks, everything. And so, it popped up somewhere, this girl talking about how a lot of people bullet journal because it's like a minimalist kind of thing. And they're just like, but to be honest, like it's probably the least minimalist thing because you have to constantly buy new journals once you're done with them. And like some people who bullet journal fill those things up fast. I kind of spread my stuff out more, so I don't do like my planner, my bullet journal. I kind of just write down thoughts on my mind for the night, and then I do like a habit tracker, and then my goals for the month, and like I write how I'm doing on those goals. So I found this guy, if you're watching the vid. It's a traveler's notebook, which I have one, but I can only fit a couple different booklets in this. And this one, the specific one, you could do 4, plus they actually gave me another band, so I could do 5 if I wanted. So my 4 sections right now are a weekly calendar with a giant to-do list, which I love. And then I got the dotted pages, which is where I'll do my like bullet journaling. This is the part that Brooke loved because it comes with like an envelope and then like card holder plus a little pocket. She loved that part of this. And then lastly, some line paper, which I'll probably put like just random notes in or something. I don't know yet. And it's got a fancy little pen holder, binder clip to write my or put my VTOs on. You know, it's got everything all in one. Love it.
That's the whitest shit I've ever been a part of.
Dude, you can't tell me you aren't jelly of this thing.
I can tell you that I am not jealous of that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, do you know why I'm not jealous of that?
Why?
Way too much shit going on.
That's why I love it.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Think how much nicer it's going to be when we go places and I only bring this now.
No, I agree for you it's good, but I don't need all that shit. You want to know what I need to keep on me? My daily planner and offer to purchases just in case I run into a property.
That's very true.
And as long as I got those 2 things and then something to take notes on, which is my daily planner,
yeah,
good to go, baby.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yep. Because all that other fancy shit you got cooking right there, that can sit on my nightstand table or in the drawer that I open up once a month.
Yep.
You know, whatever.
Literally, I have so many journals and I start them and never do anything with them. So like we have a vision journal, which we wrote in, I think, twice. We have a things we've learned notebook that I think we wrote in once. I have my 365 cues a day, which that one obviously can't really combine that with anything. I also have my Ravenclaw notebook that I never put in anything in.
All right, here we go. Moving on. Sam's got a fucking notebook now. Life's good for everybody. And we'll update you on the next notebook she has in a few months.
I think the blue one, just kidding. I did buy one because my bullet journal just finished. But you brought up the, why can't I, Nick Semling. Every time he like reads a book, he like.
No, this is Nick Hazelwander.
Nick Hazelwander. I knew he was one of the Nicks. Anyways, Nick Hazelwander writes down like the 3 best points they learned from a book.
So he has a notebook that he takes notes in. that when he's done with the book and he's done with all these notes, he goes back through the notes and chooses the 3 most important things, and he puts them in like his notebook that has his essentially lessons from books, you know. And so going into his notebook then is like his main learned points, which I think is genius.
Yeah.
Because if you ever need something, you could just go in and for us, something like that would be really smart, because we would be able to go in and hit a blog topic off of every single one of those lessons we got out of the book, because most likely somehow it's going to relate to something we've done.
Yeah. And, I mean, we could just have the one notebook for both of us.
No, right. Yeah, absolutely. But, well, we probably got to add it to your journal, right?
Well, no, I don't want it on me all the time.
Oh, okay.
These are things that I, like, do frequently.
Okay, sure. Mimi, lay down. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that. What else you got going?
What else do I got going on? Fantasy Football League is starting. So I'm in 3 drafts. Shaun's in 1. And we already did the one for that one.
I downsized this year. Went from 2 leagues to 1. Next year I'll probably downsize to no league.
Do you think Kyle's gonna let you quit the league?
I don't know, dude. It's just, I love people. I love that people do fantasy. I love it so much for them. But me, it ain't my game. Sports ain't my game. I do agree. I do like going to watch sporting events in person.
Yeah.
So, like, the boys this past weekend all did Badger. I do agree that would have been really fun. We went to the Brewers game.
Yeah.
Super fun. I think almost any sport in person to me is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Ian wants us to go to a hockey game with him too.
Wild game or
yeah.
What? Cool.
Sorry, continue.
No, I like sports in person, but I have never, ever been the type of guy who sits down and watches a sporting game. Oh. Never. I have never been that guy. I'm never going to be that guy. I've never been the guy to like obsess over stats and look people up. Dude, people on their phone. People watch the score of a game on their phone.
Yeah.
That ain't this guy. It's never been this guy. And so people obsess over shit like that, and that's cool. That's awesome. That's their thing. I would probably relate that to like my personal development every day.
Yeah.
Like some people love sports, and I love personal development. And so I read articles, I read books, I listen to podcasts, like fucking they're going out of style.
Yeah.
And that's like my form of entertainment. I used to, and I still do this sometimes. Like, I would sit down and I would watch YouTube. Like, I would just watch YouTube videos instead of like TV or sporting games, whatever it is, right? Dude, she's dangerously close.
I know. Mimi's so close to pulling out one of our cables. And if she does that, then we have to just pause the podcast, which you guys won't really know about, so it doesn't really matter to you.
Yeah. So anyhow, it's
just not your thing.
Not my game. So I'm thinking next year will probably be the wash of me forfeiting that over.
Yeah. You get to find your own replacement.
I did that on this last league.
Did you really? Oh yeah, because you had Kyle go into
Absolutely.
it. Dude, he was probably the best person to go into that league.
100%, dude. Jake messages everyone. And I said, I'm out this year, but I got it. I've got the perfect replacement for you guys, even bringing him to boys weekend. My brother.
I love that.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. Look at you go. I'm proud of you.
Absolutely. I don't know who I'm going to replace with for this league, but I'll find someone by this time next year.
Yeah. Speaking of, I went to a Brewers game on Friday. Some family friends gifted my dad some Brewers tickets, and obviously someone had to take him, so my brother and I don't think my sister was asked, but my brother couldn't go, so then I was asked to go take him. It was a lot of fun.
Good.
A lot of fun. Way too much time in a car, that's for sure. I'm very happy that they have the pitching clock now because that makes the games go quite a bit faster. But yeah, it was.
Wow, we didn't talk about our weekends.
That's why I brought it up.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was really cool. I got to hear a lot of different stories from my dad that I've never really heard before.
That's cool.
Sunday the 29th is a Zimmerman get together, just so you know.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Is that a Friday?
It's a Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad brought it up because it was so neat because I was the youngest first cousin, and like by substantially. I think the next one is like 6 or 7 years older than me. And so I didn't really know a whole lot about like my grandparents or my grandparents' like siblings on my dad's side. Actually, no, on either side. Because that set of grandparents died. One before I was born and the other when I was like 2. But my like dad was like telling me about how like apparently I have a great aunt Dorothy that's still alive in Milwaukee. I was like, geez, I didn't know that. So then he was like telling me about like who's Dorothy kids and all this fun stuff. So that's the part of the family that's coming up.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it was really neat.
Good.
Game was almost the most boring game in the world.
Yeah.
Yep. There was like a home run the first inning. There was the Brewers got 3 runs in the 4th inning, and then it was like nothing. It was just so many strikeouts or pop flies and catches. And then the 8th inning got exciting. So that was cool. They did win. So that's always nice.
It's good.
Yeah, so that's what I did. And then, Shaun, what'd you do?
Boys weekend in Madison.
Your boys' weekends are so different than our other friends' boys' weekends.
Oh, dude. So we go down. They all went down for the Badger game, which is good. They had a lot of fun doing that. Kyle and I met him down after the Badger game. We did some dinner, did some drinking, did some hanging out, passed out, golf the next day.
Early, too. Didn't you golf at like 9?
No. 11.
Oh, okay.
But we had to get up at 8. Because, it just seemed like the right thing. Maybe we got up at 9. I don't really know. All I know is that I had some breakfast, had some coffee.
Took your sweet time.
Took our time.
That's good.
Got out, got there, did some golfing.
Mm-hmm. What place did you take?
Tied for second. Out
of 8 teams? No, 6 teams.
6 teams. It's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Good game. Beat Connor. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's really good. We got better on our second 9 somehow.
Back 9?
More beers deep. Made for better golfing.
That's good.
So, yeah. I'm thinking next year, I was actually thinking about this. It'd be kind of nice to do, like, the day we get down there or something, like golf 9.
Mm-hmm.
To do, like, the seeding for the teams.
Yes.
Like, each individual has to golf their own score to see what everyone scores. And then, like, ding. And then the next day do, like, 18 based on...
Damn. You're a genius.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. The only thing is, if you, like, catch someone purposely fucking off to be teamed with someone else, I think, like, then you have to haze them, right? So there'd have to be some sort of beating, soap party, something to, like, show that we don't like cheating.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Bleach their hair.
No, I was just, like, beat them up.
That works, too.
Break an arm.
Yeah.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think it'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
That could be fun.
That's smart, actually.
Yeah, because just team accordingly.
I do like how they did it this year, just because it is, like...
Random as fuck.
Yeah, I love it.
Dude, 100%. Gave the list of 12 names to a bartender and said, make these teams of 2. Got glorious.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was good. Golfing was fun. DK and I golfed together. It was good. What was really nice was pretty much he would always get the distance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, So like,
Which is great because you suck at driving.
right. So like, if I fucked up, chunked a shot, something, I could like count on him to get the distance. Sometimes it go right, sometimes it go left, sometimes it goes straight, but we got the distance, and that helped so much.
Yeah.
So much. And somehow my chipping was just
Beautiful.
on good. So, which it tends to be some more time than it's not, I guess. It was good. It was a good round. Good game.
That's good.
So then we that night we did food, drink, food. It's a good time.
Yeah. And it's so interesting because, like, Shaun was, like, kept sending me snaps while they were all drinking. And I was like, these just seem like such chill places to go. And sure enough, they just went to a whole bunch of dive bars.
But let me tell you something. It is the first weekend. Madison's back into full swing, college students.
Yeah, that had to be rough.
Talk about potential. Holy smokes. A guy could get in trouble down there.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I've never seen so many, like,
Itty bitties?
itty bitties everywhere.
Yeah.
I was sweating at one point in time because it was 95 degrees out. And all the biddies everywhere.
Yeah.
Wild. This is uncommon. It is uncommon for there to be more good-looking people than not good-looking people. Men and women, like, more good-looking people than not good-looking people. Blown away.
I think a lot of, like, the, like, D1 college schools are like that.
That makes sense. That doesn't, yeah. There's also something to say about that, though, because D1 college, you have to have discipline to get into it. And typically the people that have discipline aren't fat slobs.
Correct.
Good point.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I was like, I seriously was like, wow, dude, I didn't know that. You know, and I was like, wow, had I known the type of, like, atmosphere and the type of people, I would have actually, like, had I known that when I was 14 years old, I might have actually tried to make it to, like, go to a school like that.
Yeah.
You just around, I think you're around, granted it's very liberal, you know, and they're all gay in that realm, but there's a lot, I just think that atmosphere of, like, excellence, maybe, or something like, you know, it'd be a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of biddies. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, those are the two main places I tried to get into, were U of M and UW. And then due to some circumstances, I transferred back to Eau Claire.
Neither of those places I tried to get into because I knew I couldn't. Yeah, I tried to get into lacrosse, and I was too dumb to get into lacrosse.
I'm so proud of you for that.
I am literally just a block.
How
could I get into lacrosse?
I don't know.
Dude, dumb.
What did you get on your
19 on my ACT? A 19. Dude, I've got no business giving people advice.
No, dude, you're going to love this. I should actually have you watch this video because it is so entertaining. This weekend, because you were gone, I tried to stay off of my Twitch, so instead I try to watch some YouTube videos instead. And a lot of times I just had it playing in the background while I was, like, cleaning or doing whatever. This one, there's a couple, I've watched a couple of them, which is why it popped up. They get, like, a group of people together, and they, like, rate them lowest to highest based on their personal beliefs. Like, they rate each other, and then they do whatever to show, like, what the actual is. So, like, I saw one that was, like, penis size. That one was very entertaining to watch. This one was about intelligence.
Hold on. That penis size one? I watched one time. There was this fucking Italian dude.
The show
Is that
Italian
one?
dude,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. He ranked everybody exactly right. How the hell he do that?
Dude, right?
What a wizard.
Yeah.
And he ranked himself at the end, which was accurate.
Yep.
What a literal monster.
Yeah. That video was so good too because they did it soft and hard.
Was it couldn't have been the same.
Yeah, he was the same. He was correct. I don't know if they actually ranked them both ways, or if they just ranked them the one way and then just showed both.
Sure. How are you right? What a talented. Anyways, go ahead with intelligence.
So it's that exact video.
Yep.
So there's this one on intelligence, and it was so fucking funny. So there's like an Asian guy, who. He was the only one that didn't say what his job was in, or like what his job specifically was. Like he said he was like in IT or something. In IT, which you could be anything. There was a liberal with like very colorful hair, very colorful outfit. This girl who had her doctorate and worked in some biotech lab or whatever. A black girl. I don't remember. I think her job was in marketing, maybe. Or maybe the colorful dude was in marketing. Colorful dude was in marketing. I don't remember what she did. This really pretty blonde girl who was also like in IT or something. And then just this blockhead military bro who only had, he was the only one that only had a high school education. And he was still in the military too. And he worked in like some field that you needed like special clearance for or whatever. Sure. So these people are like rating each other, and the fucking girl with the doctorate, the only one with the doctorate, is just like yeah, pretty much. She was like, well, intelligence is based off of 3 things. There's IQ, EQ, and something else. Common sense.
Yeah, here's the deal. She's a dumb bitch. Keep going.
And like they were just going on and on about whatever, and every single person rated the military kid at the very end.
Yeah.
And like he was the only one who was just like, yeah, I think common sense is the main form of intelligence. Just like very like monotone, slow talker. And he in the because they interviewed him like afterwards, and he was just like, if I were them, I would have rated me last too. Like, very unemotional about it. Like, he was like, I totally get it. Do you want to know where he placed?
First.
No.
Damn.
Third,
okay.
So it's Asian dude.
Yep.
Blonde girl.
Okay.
He also said that, this is a key thing. He also said that you can't learn intelligence. Like, you're either intelligent or not. You can learn more. Or, like, your ability to learn. Your ability to learn it, because he took the ASVAB and got like a 94. I don't know what that means. I didn't have to take the ASVAB.
The ASVAB's out of 100. I scored a 69.
So he got a 94. And so he said that, but none of them were in the military, so none of them knew
what that meant.
But so then
That's smart.
Yeah. So then the black girl, she was like, I disagree with you because I'm dyslexic and had to learn how to conquer that and blah, 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 whatever. So anyway, so it's Asian dude, blonde chick, military guy, black girl, colorful hair dude, doctor.
How dumb did she feel?
Dude, she was pissed. You could just see in her face that she was not happy. And then, of course, like, because fucking dyslexic girl and
military
doctorate were the 2 people that like were mainly like, well, it's IQ, EQ, and common sense, blah blah blah, and we're so snippy with the military guy. Both of them are just like, IQ is only a part of intelligence, like it doesn't even matter.
Dang.
Yeah, and dyslexic girl had to be like, I couldn't even answer 2 of those questions because I just couldn't understand what they meant.
Here's the deal, dude. Dumb as fuck. Enjoy it.
Dude.
Enjoy it.
And the Asian dude, I think the military guy, I think he was only like 10 points under the Asian dude.
Here's the deal. People like that doctor, that dyslexic lady, they should have been like proud of who they were because grit got them there. Mm-hmm. You're not that smart, but you're a doctor? That's impressive.
The comments of this video was great too because everyone was just like, yeah, military dude, like he's smarter than everyone because of his emotional intelligence as well.
100%.
Because he like didn't react to any of them, like, putting him at the bottom, admitted, like, he's not surprised and it's okay that they did, and was so chill and calm about the whole thing.
Intelligence, I've heard so many different, like, definitions of intelligence, but one that is I kind of agree with is intelligence is your ability to learn from, like, a mistake and change. So, like, if you can fail, so the idea behind intelligence is, like, the faster you can fail, as long as you have the ability to learn, the more intelligent you become.
Yeah.
So if you can just run into everything and fail, the faster you can fail, the faster you learn, the more intelligent you get.
Yeah.
And so if, like, with emotional intelligence and, on that, you can't beat yourself up when you fail. You have to be like, oh, fuck, failed. What I learned, boom, back in the game.
Yeah.
And you need to be very, like, emotionless about it and just look at it like a problem. And then, like, that's...
Yeah. Oh, I guess
that's more intelligent.
I guess I didn't say where they ranked everyone else in the video. It was Asian. Everyone said Asian dude was going to be first.
Copy.
And he was, like, first-generation immigrant, was going to, like, Yale or some shit. Him, and then the doctor, and then the black girl, then Blondie, colored-haired liberal, and then, military dude. Which I thought was so funny because, like, the blonde girl was just, like... Because she's in, like... It's some kind of IT, so it's a more manly field, and she's just, like... She even admitted, like, she had to, like, work hard for people to, like, take her seriously.
Yeah.
Because, like, she said her current job on her first day... Because I think she's in IT and, like, at a law firm or something. She said someone walked up to her... and, like, told her, like, you don't belong here or something. Like, aren't you someone's secretary or something like that? Because she's some pretty blonde. I was like, damn. I think she overcame more things than the other people.
Possibly.
Yeah. But yeah, it was so funny. I fucking loved that. Just the pain in the doctor's face.
I love that shit, dude.
She was even gloating that she makes the vid testing kits.
She's an idiot. The thing is, people like that, they're so self-conscious of who they are, or, in reality, she's just a liberal. So she doesn't have much logic, which is part of intelligence, which is why she didn't rank very high.
Yeah.
But anyways, she should, she should just be grateful for her grit, her hard work.
Right? Like...
Are you kidding me?
Like... And she should know, right, having a doctorate, that, like, yes, it's hard work to get that, but there are some pretty dumb people that get them.
Mm-hmm.
So she should know that hands down already, that, like, yes. And it was just I don't know what it's called, you guys. I'm sorry, but you should try and find it. Just the way she was so, like, well, since I have my doctorate, I should be higher up. And I was just like... Ugh.
Yeah, people are like that are really stupid. I love it. Good for her. Hopefully she goes bankrupt. Moving on. What else we got?
I don't know. I got to spend the whole weekend alone, so that was kind of fun.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. Me and Memes hanged out a lot. Got some cleaning done. Organized a whole bunch of stuff. I felt so good. Just putzed around. It was kind of nice. It was chill. I woke up early both days. Got up at 6:30 the one morning, 7 the other morning. So, I mean, not like super early, but early enough. Laid in bed, drank my coffee with the dogs while I read my books. It was so nice. Even took the dogs on a dump. I'm
Good.
sorry, I'm really boring you.
All right, so here's the deal. Two things. One, we're going to touch on Maui.
Oh, you want to do that right now?
Okay, hold on. We're going to touch on that.
Yeah.
Number two, I want to touch on time.
Okay.
Okay, which one are you going to do first?
Let's do time.
All right, so Maui.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys haven't seen, Oprah and The Rock started a fund. And the fund is to bring money into Maui to put them to, as Oprah said, put the put your donations into the hands of the people in Maui.
Directly.
Okay? Directly into them. And then The Rock said, there's a lot of concern where this is money going, but you can trust us that we are going to get the money into their hands. Okay, cool, great. 10 million, they pledged 10 million themselves. And so they apparently donated 10 million themselves, which is very cool, very noble. Very cool. The interesting part is Oprah's got 2,000 acres. So Oprah on her 2,000 acres, she's got enough money. Instead of just giving them the 10 mil, because what's the cash going to do people when there's nothing they can do with the cash?
Right.
No, why don't you just set up like tents and like shelter there for them, get some water, get some food for them? Like, why not? Why wouldn't you take that 10 mil and make a little refugee camp on your 2,000 acres on Maui? We're talking a little island, 2,000 fucking acres, okay? The Rock could go there, help out, right? Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, so that's an option. Option one. They're donating money, awesome. But you want to be a lot cooler than donating money? Actually helping. Second thing, Oprah also hired a personal firefighting team to protect her house before the fires even started.
Yeah, like months before.
Yeah.
Why?
The fuck? What of this year? Why this year did she hire a personal firefighting team from all other years? Because otherwise she'd have a personal firefighting team on staff every single year that comes back.
Right.
Residual.
Right.
Which would make sense.
Yeah, during the dry season. Yeah, why not?
Okay. Why does she do it this year? This is just from the articles we saw. So don't fucking add us if she does happen to have a firefighting team that comes every year. If that's the case, dude, that's awesome. Smart on her. How come the military, 15 minutes away, one of the biggest military bases, we've discussed this before. How come they took over a week to respond? How come
Biden couldn't comment on Maui?
How come Biden couldn't comment on Maui? How come they haven't sent any money to Maui? Their goal, their thing, what they're going to do is they're going to give $700 to each person that was victimized from it, or like whatever. 700 really, or send a bill. 1 billion. Send 1 billion, 5 billion, 10 billion. Out of the 200 some billion sent to Ukraine, maybe to help your own area. But this is where it gets good. Okay. The water was shut off in Maui. Okay, facts. These are facts. Got this from PBD Podcast, guys. Go check out PBD Podcast. Facts. The water was shut off in Maui. There was police blockades and 18-wheelers blocking people off from like their homes and their land and everything, so they could get there and get their children, get their belongings, whatever. They called school off randomly. Last minute, they called school off. So
all the kids were home.
3,000 kids. 3,000 kids went missing.
Was it out of 3,000 kids that went missing?
No. 3,000 kids went missing.
1,000 have been.
1,000 have been accounted for.
Yeah.
How far are we past? This is 2 weeks removed from the beginning of the fires?
It's longer than that.
Okay.
I think it was the beginning of August. It was August 10th. 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Okay, wow. Okay, so 2,000 children still unaccounted for. 2,000 children still unaccounted for. Okay. The police chief.
Well, you could go with the easier one. The sirens were shut off.
Oh, thank you. The sirens were shut off. They're supposed to, when a fire starts, they're supposed to shut off power. They did not shut off power. They kept the power going, so then the lines would arc and start more fires.
The police chief.
The same police chief, we talked about this before, the same police chief that was the police chief the head of the case for the Las Vegas shooting in 2018 or something that was.
Is that the one from the hotel?
Yeah.
That was before that.
Yeah, that was even before that.
Still,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was the same police chief then. That's in the police chief is Maui now. And that police chief has now named himself the only coroner Since when is a police chief the only coroner?
Right.
So he's the only individual that can identify the bodies.
Yep.
And
because coroners like say how they died.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Give cause of death and stuff. Yeah. So that's interesting.
Yeah, not suspicious at all.
No, not suspicious at all.
And I still don't know if people can even go to their homes yet.
Oh no! So apparently from like at least what was being said, people aren't allowed to go to their homes, but they keep getting phone calls from people that are willing to buy their land.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, right before this whole situation happened, the government was trying to make them a
smart
city. And the people of Maui kept saying, no, this is our land. You're not making this a smart city. So they said, okay, sounds good. Anyways, a little bit there for you guys today to think about as you think about 2,000 children missing, as you think about people actually not getting care. And then you see these big old people, the big old people in media like we talked about. But we thought they'd be fed up. Mm-hmm. We thought The Rock would be fed up. We thought Jason Momoa.
Has Jason Momoa said anything about it?
He's said that people should not come out and vacation at a time like this in Maui. The people are in mourning. Okay, well, that's your income to your city, pal.
Yeah.
But
so you're just going to hurt them even more.
Yeah. But so you would think like, so I thought like The Rock. I thought like Jason Momoa. I thought guys like that. Oprah, I always figured was just too high on her horse. But you would think people that were from the islands would like be appalled by this kind of shit.
Dude, I think they're blackmailed. I think they're being blackmailed.
Dude, not only... So, who gives a fuck? They are being blackmailed. Or the case of, like, I think they might get to a point of high and mighty corruption, which is from blackmail. They get to... Yeah, they're blackmailed. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so... But they're sitting here, dude, being blackmailed. Come clean. Here's the deal, dude. No one thinks about this. You come clean as one of those guys... You know, what's the worst that it could be? That you're pedophile.
Right.
That's probably the worst thing, is that you're a pedophile, right? You come out and say, yeah, guys, you know what? I was on Epstein's Island. I fucked up. This is what I did, okay? But this is what's going on. Boof, and just drop the bomb. Sure, you're going to get killed. Sure, your family might get killed. But the whole world's going to know then.
Think of the billions of lives they'll save.
Dude, come on, billions. Yeah.
Yeah, so and someone, was it Andy that said that it only takes one person to come out clean about all this.
I'm sure he said it.
Sacrifice themselves.
I'm sure.
And then the dominoes start tumbling.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't believe, like, it doesn't ever happen. You get that shit on X. You put that stuff on X. That will go rampant. Mm-hmm. It will not stop.
Dude, it's so funny too.
You think rich men from Richmond,
north of Richmond
got shared a lot? Dude.
Imagine that shit.
Bro, wildfire. Billion people within a couple days. Easy.
I did think it was really funny that PBD.
Yep. Petra David.
PBD. Mentioned how you can't find any of this info like on regular sources. Like,
absolutely not.
The one place you can find it now is X. Which makes me kind of want to re-download X because that is where I was like seeing a lot of new stuff that I was bringing up. And it's so boring to scroll through anyways because it is a lot of junk. But when you find those pieces of gold like that, it is good to know because that is where I did see one local talk about how they're hiding what's really happening in Maui.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I did think that was very interesting, and it is so funny that like there is like a huge liberal movement to stop using X, like huge.
Oh, 100% there is. Yeah. Because it's freedom of speech on there.
Yeah. It is. I do enjoy the fact that all the people that keep saying that they're going to stop using it have kept using it.
That's how it goes.
Yep. So yeah, that's it. You have to make sure you follow, obviously, the right people on X. Not that hard to find them. But I think I follow Ben Shapiro, and his shit's good, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is sad. Shaun and I have been there. We love that little town. It was really cool.
Oh, it was a beautiful town.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck no.
So, yeah. It's just, I liked the point that PBD made that they're asking average citizens to donate to this fund.
Yeah.
And right now, they said about 78% of the population is living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
So you're either going to get very little from people that probably can't afford it already, or you're asking such a small percentage of the population to give.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well, they should just ask the government straight out, hey, could we get some funding here? Okay, so on that 78%,
Yeah.
I want to do a tutor podcast on that, because
Okay.
Kyle and I were actually talking about it this weekend a little bit on the drive, about like people keep forgetting about keeping up with the Joneses. Now more than ever, dude, is not the time.
No.
It costs more money to live now than it ever costed in history before. Even though interest rates are only at 8%, they used to be at 18% and all that shit. The housing prices compared to what they are now, like the payments don't even equate near. So yeah, I'd like to do I'd like to do a tutor podcast on that, for people to really like grasp and understand. It's not the time to be keeping up with the Joneses. It's the time to be fucking saving money. So the probably last thing we can talk about is time.
Yeah.
I heard this on the PBD podcast, the way he put it, and I was like, holy shit, this is phenomenal. I've done this before. I've done this. I've calculated like how many days I have left in the world. I've calculated like how many hours I get to work. I calculated how many hours I get to train. Calculate how many hours I get with like you and Mimi. I've calculated out like these things before to get an idea of like how much of my life is like going to be wasted, right? We did a podcast on it one time. We calculated out time. We did a podcast on time.
Time versus money.
Boom.
It's our number one listened to podcast.
Okay, wow. Okay, sweet. So, for real? Jesus. Phenomenal.
Yeah. It has like 120 listens, which is
terrible considering that's whatever.
It's 10 times more than our regular episodes.
We really need a following.
Yeah, we need to start sharing this more, I guess.
All right, so here's the deal. Time. The way he put it was he was sitting at the dinner table with his dad. He lived in Texas. His dad lived like up in wherever they were from before. And his dad would come to visit him for a couple days, once a month, once every other month. And then he just calculated on a piece of paper one morning how many days at that rate, how many days he had left with his father. And then he presented it to his father and was like, hey, this is how many days we got left with you, right? So I thought about it today. I was like, okay, you know, how many days? So if my dad was to live to the average age of 77, right? Average age of 77, 25 more years. Okay, cool. How many days do I usually see him? 5 days a year. Okay, 5 days a year, 25 years.
You could go 10. He comes up usually for 2 vacations, doesn't he?
Yeah, but that's not days
Oh,
with me.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
visiting
yeah.
family.
Other people, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
So,
saying?
yeah, us personally, yeah,
Yep.
5 days.
So we got like 5 days with him. 5 days a year, 25 years. I'm going to see him 125 more days the rest of my life. So I get to see my father 125 more times the rest of my life, as long as he actually makes it to 77. Not a great track record for our family to make it to 77, but hopefully. And so when you look at that and you go, okay, 125 days, that is not a lot of days. And then when you factor in, those days aren't like 24 hours, it's like 6 hours.
Right, I was just thinking about, you calculate out, yeah, the
Or 8
sleeping,
hours. Yeah, so when you think about like 6 to 8 hours, we'll just go 8, like let's give it the benefit of the doubt. We're talking about 1,000 hours, okay? Divided by the average work week, right? So you figure like, oh, you know, the average work week of doing something ends up being 25 days. So 25 weeks. And
Why don't you do 24 hours to get actual days?
Yeah, I'm so stupid. 24 hours, 41 days.
Okay, there we go.
41 full days. So yeah, if you divide by that, thank you, babe. I'm so dumb. Get 41 full days that you get to spend with someone for the rest of your life. Wild. You know what I'm saying?
That's insanity.
Yeah. How many people thinking about that?
None.
Very little people thinking about that.
Wow. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Pretty wild. So you can just do that with anyone in your life. Because I've done that with like hobbies and shit. You know, I've like thought about it with like, okay, well, I calculated out like how many more training, like lifting sessions I've got before I die.
Have you really?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. It was like, well, I didn't do sessions. I did it by hours. I don't remember what it was. I've got like this many hours, and it ended up being like multiple days, of like training I get to do. Because it was something like, I get to train for like 300. If I average it out, I train 5 days a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm training 5 days a week, train about an hour a session, so 5 a week, so 5 times 52, 260. I am 28, average age is 77. Minus 28, 49 times 260. So I got 12,740 training sessions left.
Damn. How many is that in days?
Divided by 24. So I've got 530 days of training, full days of training.
That's less than 2 years, babe. I don't know if that's enough.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I should train more. And so, but yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, so like once he said it that way, I was like, wow, yeah, that's a good point. Like I've done that before with like shit on a larger scale. Not often am I doing it with like people I want to see that I don't get to see much, right?
I've thought about it in the way of like my dad's 70, my mom's 60.
Mm-hmm.
One of my uncles is 80. So I've like thought about the fact like I can tell, especially with my dad now, that like he has now realized like how limited his life is left. And like there's been so many things now that he's just like, well, like I wish I could go do this, I wish I could go do that, and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I don't want to be 70 and wishing I did all these things in my life. So like that's why I've been like so grateful that like you and I have been traveling, like you and I have been like making sure we spend countless hours with Buns a day. Sorry, something's flashing. Countless hours with Buns a day, and it like I in that sense of I like think about time a little bit, but not nearly as in depth as that.
Yeah. I do. I think about that shit quite a lot because we only like so picking off what you're saying about getting old. When you get to 70, it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
For
a majority of the population.
Majority of the population.
Yeah.
We know some people. Bernie, freaking stud.
Mm-hmm.
70 was just getting going for that man.
Yeah.
But most people, their bodies are pretty decrepit by 70, and you're not doing the things that you wish you could have done. You're not taking the vacations with your family. You're not doing those. You're not going hiking.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing that shit, dude. You're fucked. You're maybe in a wheelchair. You can't go too far. Whatever it is. And the sad case is, too many people realize that when they're 70, when they're 80, when something happens to them, and they realize, oh fuck, dude, I fucked off.
Mm-hmm.
But then some people, they have an event or something that changes that makes them see, near-death experiences. People, happen to people in their 50s, whatever, and they're like, oh, dude, I got a new look on life. They change.
Yeah.
But I think so many people, they go through life, and they don't have any shit that, like, boom, scares them, and they just coast.
I do think that's why kind of, like... One, I think this is more of a problem in the U.S. than other places because, like most other countries, like you have a minimum of like 4 weeks of PTO a year.
Yeah.
So like they push you to go take vacations. In the U.S., they really don't push you.
Right.
But shit, where else was I gonna go with that? Yeah, I just think like because we're such workaholics, we do struggle with that more than other places.
And a lot of other countries and a lot of other like cultures are very family oriented.
Family oriented, like relaxing, like yes, like work is good, but like you're gonna work yourself to death basically.
Look at the monk the monk community. They live for 3 generations in a house. Mm-hmm. They are always having events. The park, dude. The park always has monks. They're playing. They've got the kids there. They got the wives there.
Yeah.
They got all the guys playing.
It's a community.
Volleyball, dude. volleyball with their fucking feet.
Yeah, that thing's so cool.
Like, that it is legitimately a community. They have their, like, families out there. That's the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and meanwhile, we're just like, oh, yeah, we'll see you once a quarter.
Yeah.
The fuck, dude? What are we doing?
Yeah. And you got to think, too, like, they've, like, fled their home.
Bro, to come here.
Like, think that had to be so hard for the people that had to leave their parents back.
Oh, man. Okay.
Which maybe that's why they're so tight-knit now.
Could be. But also, right? They're in the same boat as we are of getting fucked by this government.
Yeah, they are.
Dude, that's got to piss them off. Leaving their families or leaving, like, fleeing their country to come here to just be getting shafted on.
Have you ever heard about, like, there's so many testimonials from, like, kids whose parents, like, fled communist countries.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just like, you guys don't even fucking know what you're getting yourselves into.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are going back that direction.
Mm-hmm.
This one...
all those people are going to have to flee again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was because one guy was a comedian. He said his mother fled Cuba.
Yeah.
And when it was, like, under communist reign or whatever.
Yeah.
And... He's just like, and trust me, my mom made sure I knew that. He's like, every single morning she would wake me up. Hello, Michael. It's another day. Not under a communist country. Like, he said she would just say it all the time. And if he ever, like, tried to backsass, she would be like, do you want to live in a communist country? No? Then you listen to your mother. Uh-huh. It was funny as shit, dude.
Dude. It's a good point. It's a good point. And we take it for granted.
Yeah, we do.
Definitely take it for granted. Yeah, the other thing with the family shit, dude. Think of all the stuff we could learn from our, like, grandparents, our aunts, our uncles. Shit that, like, is not going to get passed on.
We should just have, like, Grandma Shirley bring their camper down here. Them or the doggos don't get along though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the only issue.
Yeah. Maybe after time.
Maybe. It would be cool though just to, like, learn some stuff from Grandma Shirley.
Oh, dude, from all. You know, look at the whole family, right? So, like, there's just endless knowledge there, and it's just, like, gonna just
all go to waste.
Yeah.
I've seen people talk about that too, like how there was so much knowledge, like, going to waste, but then there's, like, this like a small population that's, like, trying to bring it back by being, like, homesteaders and all the shit. And it's just like, man, if, like, they wouldn't have brought convenience on us, like, we would have learned all this shit already.
Oh, dude, if it wasn't for Walmart's, you know, they fucked us, dude. They did this to us all.
Shaun.
Hey.
So, we've talked about flour on the podcast before.
Oh, yeah.
So, I screwed up a banana bread recipe, so I had to make a double batch.
Yep.
So, I split it in half, and I was like, dump out some almond flour. So, I was like, okay, I'll try that in half of it, and I'll try regular flour in the other half. I had a piece of the regular flour bread this morning. Felt like shit. My stomach hurt so much, and I was like, what the fuck? Luckily, by the time I made it to the gym, like, my stomach was pretty okay.
Yeah, 3 hours later.
Yeah. Came home, had a piece of the almond flour bread. Nothing.
And yesterday when we ate the almond flour bread, nothing either.
And we were eating a lot of it yesterday.
I smacked down a couple muffins of them.
Yeah.
No issues.
None.
Zero. When I got home, smacked down a muffin and a half. Nothing. Zero. Feel fine.
Dude. Can't tell me that's not saying something.
Yeah.
So.
Makes you think.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's what I got for today, baby. Got anything else?
That's what I got, gang. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you learned something, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.